It's that time of year again. The World Cup has finally arrived, guys, and it's in the great nation, the glorious nation, my nation, America, baby. Starting off Algeria, boys, I am going with Guri, the Marseille number 9. He's been on fire this season for them. He's been really, really good. He's also been really good for Algeria. Now, I know most people would say Riyad Mahrez, but Riyad, your time is up, all right? You've been playing in the Saudi League, relaxing, sipping Mai Tais. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, Guri is Algeria's best player. Now, before I get into the next nation, guys, I'm going based off form. I'm going on based off what they've done now and what are they doing recently, not what they've done before or prior, or if they had a good September. I'm not going based off of that. Or if they're usually really good for the nation, I'm not going based off that either. I'm going based off right now, who is better, who is the best player. And speaking of Argentina, you guys would say Messi, but I watched the MLS, and trust me, it ain't Messi. It is one Julian Alvarez. Now, will he get the minutes? I don't know. That's not what I'm predicting here. I'm just saying the best player for Argentina is Julian Alvarez. Heading down under, boys, for Australia, the best player is a player that you may not have heard of. It is the left back, Jordan Boss. Now, I know you guys expect me to be an American and say Tim Cahill. I know he doesn't play football anymore, dummies. And guys, Jordan Boss is a player to look out for. He's 23 years old. He's a left back. He's amazing. He's scoring for Australia. He's assisting for Australia. He looks really, really good. You may have not heard of him, but get to know him. He is really, really good. Heading to Austria, guys, and people would usually pick Marcel Sabitzer, but I'm not one of those people. I know he's given us amazing moments in the Euros, amazing moments in the FIFA World Cup, but I'm going to give it to another guy who's been on form and playing for a really good team. And the guy that won the Bundesliga, and Konrad Laimer. He is phenomenal as a right back. I honestly remember him as a DM, and I thought that him switching to right back would be not so good, but he's fit in that role amazingly, and he's been really, really good for Bayern, and I expect him to continue that form for Austria. Now, Belgium, this squad doesn't look like the squad of years prior, does it? Or World Cups prior. It doesn't look like the golden generation that they used to have, but they still have very, very, very good talent. I was honestly between Tielemans and Jeremy Doku. I actually went with Jeremy Doku. He has been Doku. He has been amazing for Manchester City as far as like the last 2-3 months. He's been really, really good. And like I said, guys, this tournament is an informed tournament. Whoever's in form coming out of the season is usually going into the World Cup really, really good and hitting on all cylinders. So Jeremy Doku, I expect you to perform really, really well. But I don't see Belgium going far, but I do expect you to perform really well. And I expect you to be Belgium's best player. Heading over to Bosnia, I know Schalke fans will love for me to say Edin Dzeko. I know he's been really, really good for you guys, but I will not be picking him. Edin Dzeko will not be Bosnia's best player. I think it's actually a guy called Aman Dedek. Guys, he is really, really good. He played phenomenal for Benfica under Jose Mourinho. They went undefeated. He is incredible. Watch out for him. Number 7 for Bosnia, Aman Dedek. I hope I'm saying that name right. I'm probably going to say a couple names wrong. Forgive me, please. But guys, this guy is a really, really good player. Watch out. Now, heading over to my roots. Heading over to the nation that I'm wearing right here. The nation that I believe will go very far in the cup. How far we will go, you'll have to find out later this week. But boys, Brazil's best player, as much as I would love to say it's that number 10, the man Neymar coming back, it's not him. Let's just be real here. As much as he is my favorite player of all time, as much as I love the man, no Diddy, I can't go with him because he isn't the best player anymore. He's not playing in Europe anymore day in, day out. And I think, guys, for me, it was a toss-up between Rafinha and Vinicius Jr. I am taking Vinicius Jr. because he's playing really, really well for Brazil over these friendlies. He's coming in really, really hot. He's playing extremely well. And honestly, guys, I hate when I feel like this because I got hope. And I don't know if it's that Italian man in somewhere in that freaking dugout, but I think Vinny might cook. I think Vinny might cook, boys. I'm just saying. I think Vinny might cook. Now heading over to another host nation in Canada. And this one was a tough one. This was a tough one because usually you would go with Alphonso Davies, but he's been injured not only for the last year. I feel like it's been the last 2 years he's been injured. I assume he will be playing for Canada. He's still on the squad, so I assume he will be playing. But a player I would be going with, and it's a player that's not in form, and I probably am going against everything I said, but I think he's not informed because he doesn't get many minutes and the way they play wasn't really working out for him. And I think he always shows up for Canada. And I think he will continue to do that for Canada. And that's Jonathan David. Jonathan David, I think he had a terrible season for Juventus, but I think that striker that everybody really wanted when he left from Lille is still that striker. I still think he can score goals for Canada. I still think he can create chances for Canada. Because if he doesn't and Alphonso Davies isn't there, who else is it? Heading over to Cape Verde, boys, and the best player for them is Jamir Montero, a man who also plays in the Eredivisie for PSV, and he is essentially a creative midfielder for them. Everything's going to run through him. So if anything happens for Cape Verde, I don't expect them to go far. I don't expect them to do much in this tournament, but if anything does happen for them, it's going to come from their number 10. Colombia. Now, boys, we already know that these guys like to have fun in the snow, but they won't be playing in the snow in July. And I think Colombia will have not the tournament that people will be thinking. I think this Luis Diaz, who I think is the best player on Colombia, I think he's going to struggle with this squad. I don't think the squad is as talented as years prior. And I think that Colombia will have a shaky tournament. But I think Luis Diaz will come out to play. He's been phenomenal for Bayern, and I think he'll be really good. For the Republic of Congo, boys, unfortunately, the players that would be joining them have chosen other nations, and their team isn't as strong as it should be. But the team that they have, guys, unfortunately for them, that their best player isn't in form at all. He has yet to find form, especially after moving clubs, and that man is Wissa. Even though he hasn't found form, guys, he is still their best player. He's still the heart of the team. If he can't get going, I don't see that team doing anything whatsoever. So, Wissa, you are the best player, but I'm not expecting much. Now, heading over to Croatia, guys, a lot of people have been speaking about how old this team is. And I know people will probably say that the man, Luka Modric, is still their best player. But I think that even though he's had a phenomenal season for Milan, I think we just got to be real here. There is no way in the nation of Croatia, a team that we see as a very strong team in this World Cup, that a 40-year-old is their best player. Now, no disrespect to Luka Modric, he still plays really, really good. In his last friendly match, he scored the most Luka Modric-esque goal ever. But I think, guys, the best player for this team is the youngster Gvardiol. Gvardiol is one of my favorite players in the Premier League. He's one of my favorite defenders in the Premier League. And I think Gvardiol will have an amazing World Cup. If I remember correctly, it was the Euro when he was playing for Leipzig, right? Or maybe he was playing already for a World Cup when he was at Leipzig. And he had a phenomenal, I forget which tournament he has. He had a phenomenal debut tournament. And I think that he will play really, really good for Croatia. I think that he will play excellent for Croatia. He's a phenomenal defender. Will he stay healthy is the question, but I think that he will be really, really good for Croatia. Now to Curacao, boys. Honestly, I really couldn't, there wasn't much to go based off. A lot of the players haven't played in major leagues, or if they do, they don't really get many minutes. So the player that I went with, guys, is a player that Manchester United fans will remember very vividly, and they will remember him with those beautiful, beautiful locks of his, and it is my boy, Patrick Chong. The former Dutchman has turned over to his native Curacao, and now he will be representing them in the World Cup, and I think that he is their best player. Heading over to Czech Republic, guys, and I think their best player is Patrick Schick. He has been phenomenal for Bayern Leverkusen. He scores goals. That's exactly what he knows to do, and I think he will score goals for Czech. And if they don't score goals, it's probably because he didn't score any. I think all their goals, or most of them, will come from him or somehow building off of him, and I think Patrick Schick will be their best player. To Ecuador, boys, their best player is a midfielder that I absolutely adore, since he is a Chelsea boy. A midfielder that Ecuadorians absolutely adore. When I went to the Chelsea Club World Cup match, there was people with Ecuador shirts. Like, there was more Ecuador shirts, it felt like, than the opposing team, which I think we were playing Fluminense. And it was just Chelsea and Ecuador shirts. And it was kind of crazy to see. I didn't know that Moises Caicedo had that much love from the Ecuador fans, but apparently he does. And I think Moises Caicedo is not, I don't think he is the best player. He is the best player for Ecuador. Heading over to Egypt, boys, and I know the players that you guys will expect me to say is Mo Salah, but after the season, I am not sure if Mo Salah is the best player. I'm thinking maybe Marmoush could potentially take that spot away from him, and maybe, you know, the younger version, you know, probably is a little bit better, you know, has a little bit more chip on his shoulder, ready to go out there and try to win some things for his nation, while Salah is probably in the back end of his career. But I think it's still, and the Egyptian fans will still say that all their hopes lie on number 10, and that is Mo Salah. So Mo Salah, even though he hasn't had the most, the greatest season for Egypt, not Egypt, for Liverpool, Marmoush hasn't had a phenomenal season for Manchester City. So I think it kind of breaks even, and I think that Mo Salah will deliver for Egypt. But don't be surprised if Marmoush ends up being their best player. Heading over to England, boys, and I think this is as easy as it gets. I think it's the guy that is the Ballon d'Or contender. I think it's the guy that can potentially win the Ballon d'Or if his team goes far, and if he ends up getting the Golden Boot potentially, then I think that he has a chance at winning his Ballon d'Or, and I think it's Harold Kane. He's been phenomenal for Bayern Munich. I expect him to continue that for England, but will he deliver a World Cup? Time will tell. And to France, boys, I know I just said this about Ballon d'Or candidates, and I know it would be, hypocrite of me to go with somebody else besides Dembele, who is the current Ballon d'Or winner. But Dembele, guys, his legs seem like they're not fully fit to me. And if you look at Dembele for the past few months, he hasn't looked all that great. He has looked injured. He has looked like he's trying to play through injuries. So I'm going with the more healthier, Mbappe, which is obviously somebody who's also suffered injuries, but he seems like he's more on track to go out there and play 90 minutes and go out there and play phenomenal for them. I also wanted to go with Mikel Olise. I think Olise will have a phenomenal World Cup, but I think he's going to have a phenomenal World Cup because he's going to be assisting to this man, Kylian Mbappe. Heading to Germany, guys, and I was really not sure who to pick here because I really wanted to pick Florian Wirtz. I really want to pick Jamal Musiala, but both of those players, boys, are out of form and they haven't played all that well, and they have been very, very much injured this season. So I'm not sure how they're going to be looking for the World Cup. So I wanted to go with a guy that has been consistently really, really good throughout the season, consistently performing day in, day out, can play the left back role and can play the center back role. And I think he'll be a vital, vital role in that defense for Bayern Munich. And I think the best player for Germany is Nico Schlotterbeck. I know that might sound outrageous, but like I said, guys, I'm going based off the players who I think will perform and are performing really well. And Nico Schlotterbeck, if you guys watch the Bundesliga, was absolutely incredible all season. And I think that he is Germany's best player. Heading over to the African nation of Ghana, guys. And I know there's a little bit controversy because I heard they like to party, and I'm not sure if I rock with that. But they do have a player that is one of the highly touted players and one of the best players in the tournament, and Semenyo. Semenyo has been phenomenal for Bournemouth as well as Manchester City this season, and I think that he will put Ghana on his back and he will deliver performances for them, especially because Kudus isn't there. And I think Semenyo will have a lot of offensive pressure on him, and I think that he will excel on it exactly how he excelled on it with Manchester City and with Bournemouth. Heading over to another nation that is part of my roots, it is Haiti, boys. Sans my brothers. And I think that this was the most difficult one for me because I'm pretty sure I had no idea who most of these players were, but I did recognize one name. And now he hasn't had a really good season, but to be fair, not any of their players had a really good season. I kind of looked, and the best player really is Wilson Isidore from Sunderland. He's their best player. Their squad is very, very weak, so I don't expect much from them. So yes, Wilson Isidore is Haiti's best player. And for Iran, guys, it is the former Porto man and now Olympiacos man. It is Taremi. The man knows how to score goals. He knows how to put it back in the net. And I think that he will do it for Iran. Or if not, I think this tournament will be very quick for them. Heading over to Iraq, and I know this is a little controversial, especially because we're in America, but I'll be picking the player that you guys may be familiar with. I'll be picking Zidane. No, not that Zidane. I would go with Zidane Iqbal. I don't know how to say his name, but Iqbal, I think that's how you say his name. Zidane Iqbal is Iraq's best player. To be fair, like I said, with the Haiti squad, I don't know much of these players. I'm sorry about that. I don't expect them to do much, so if you guys do, maybe I'll get to know one of y'all. Heading over to the Ivory Coast, guys, and they are known for bringing amazing vibes to the World Cup, bringing sometimes, like upset here and there. They are a phenomenal team, and I think that their best player, guys, is a youngster that every club seems to be in for, and Liverpool and Bayern Munich and Chelsea, and it's Jan Diomande. He is amazing for Leipzig. He's phenomenal. He's very pacey, very good at dribbling. His end product still isn't there, but he's a really, really good player, and I think that he will deliver for Ivory Coast, and he will be one of their favorite, not one of their favorite players. I think he will be one of their best players in the tournament. For Japan, guys, I want to go with Matoma, but unfortunately, he has gotten himself injured and will be missing the World Cup. So instead, I will be taking Kubo, the former Real Madrid man and a Real Sociedad man. He's incredible at dribbling, and Kubo, he didn't live up to the hype, right? Especially going to Real Madrid, and everybody thought that he was going to be an amazing player. He didn't live up to the hype, but he's still a very, very good winger, and I think that he will be Japan's best player if they are to make any noise. Now to Jordan, not Michael Jordan. Jordan, the nation, and I think their best player is Musa Al-Tamari. I think I said that perfectly. Oh my God. Guys, we're heading over to the next nation that is hosting the World Cup, and it is Mexico, guys. And I know usually some people might say Jimenez. Some people might say, what's the other guy? I think they're both Jimenez, actually. Santiago Jimenez and Raul Jimenez. But I'm not going with any of those guys. I'm going with their left winger, a guy who scored 30+ goals in the Saudi League back-to-back seasons. Yeah, 30 goals back-to-back season. In Julian Quiñones. Julian Quiñones, I believe that you will be Mexico's best player. Raul Jimenez doesn't look like the Raul Jimenez of earlier. He looks more older. He looks slower. So I think he will still have a really good tournament for Mexico, because he always turns up for Mexico. But I think Julian Quiñones is their best player. 30 goals in 2 seasons is nothing to laugh at. For Morocco, guys, I think it's as simple as it gets. It's one man. It's Hakimi. We know how great he is. He's probably the best right back in the whole world. And Hakimi usually plays right mid for Morocco, and he delivers for Morocco. That's why they went so far in the last World Cup. And I think that Hakimi will again perform extremely well for Morocco. For Netherlands, it's as simple as it gets. It's their captain. It's the big man at the back. It's the man Virgil van Dijk. Guys, for New Zealand, I'm going with Elijah Just. I was between him and Chris Wood, but Elijah Just actually had a really, really good season, and he had 7 goals and 7 assists, I believe, in the league, and he's a very creative right winger, and I think that he will deliver for New Zealand. Chris Wood has been out of form, and I don't think he's been the Chris Wood of the season before. So I don't think that Chris Wood really deliver much for New Zealand, but I think Elijah Just will go out there and play really, really well for New Zealand. For Norway, guys, it's one man and one man only. It's the man with the ponytail. It's Erling Haaland. For Panama, guys, it's a man with probably the greatest name in the whole World Cup, Mr. Carrascalia. What a name, Carrascalia. That sounds like I'm saying something crazy. Carrascalia, man. Carrascalia, man. But guys, Panama's best player is Carrascalia. For Paraguay, guys, it's a man that Newcastle fans will be very, very familiar with, and Atlanta fans and American fans will be very, very familiar with. It's Miguel Almiron. He is Paraguay's captain, and he is Paraguay's, still to this day, best player. For Portugal, guys, usually it is CR7. Usually it is that big man up top. But this time, I think it's the man that's going to be playing right behind them, and I think it's going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Bruno Fernandes. Now, I did want to go Vitinha, but Bruno Fernandes breaking the record, a record that a lot of people didn't think that he would break, especially early in the season with how Manchester United was playing. And now he's broken the record. He's playing phenomenal, and now he has all this talent around him. I think he's going to play even better, and I think he's going to look very, very essential for Portugal if they expect to go deep. For Qatar, guys, I don't know if you guys remember from the last World Cup, but Akram Afif, I think is how you say it. Akram Afif is the player. He's the striker, number 11. He will go out there and score goals. He's probably the person that they will look forward to create most of their offense, and I think Akram Afif is Qatar's best player. For Saudi Arabia, guys, it's Salim Al-Dasari. He is their best player. If you guys are familiar with FIFA, he's that left midfielder with a whole lot of pace, and he is their best player. For Scotland, guys, is one man that has reinvented himself, a man that Manchester United probably wish they had back, and Scott McTominay. He's been firing on all cylinders, and he's a guy, guys, that I'm very worried about, especially with Brazil being in the same group as them. I am very, very worried about Scott McTominay, him messing up this whole group. I'm gonna be real with you. For Senegal, guys, I think there's only one man, and I think we'll let the old man say it.
Messi or Ronaldo? What about you, Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo. Me ask me.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Sadio Mane. Wallahi.
For South Africa, guys, I am going with Lyle Foster, but look out for I don't know this guy's name, I'm sorry. Look out for Relabali Mofokeng. Mofokeng? I don't know how to say his name. He's 21 years old. He plays for Orlando Pirates. He's a phenomenal, I believe he plays on the right side. He's a phenomenal winger, very young potential. He's 21 years old. He looks really, really good. He put out really good numbers for Orlando Pirates. And I think that he will be South America's potential. You know, he might be better than Lion Foster. I'm be rude because Lion Foster didn't have that great of a season. So I think Rele Obule Mufokeng, I don't know how to say his name. I hope that's how you say it. I probably butchered it incredibly bad, but he is South Africa's best player. South Korea, there's only one man, Heung-min Son. For Spain, it's the young phenom. It's the man that the world seems to be on his shoulders to see what he will do. Will he deliver another major trophy for his nation, Spain? And it is Lamine Yamal. For Sweden, boys, I know a lot of you guys would probably like to go with Gyarados, aka Victor Gyökeres, or Alexander Isak, but Isak has been injured for a lot of the season. I don't know how healthy he is, and as well as Victor Gyarados, he kind of stinks, and I absolutely despise him, so I was never going to pick him. But I will pick the player that is playing the number 10 role behind both of those strikers, and he had a phenomenal Scottish season with Celtic, and it is Benjamin Nygren. Whoa. Switzerland, guys, I know a lot of people like to go with Granit Xhaka or Ndoye, who had a phenomenal season for Forest, but I will be going for Kobel. The Swiss goalkeeper has been phenomenal for Dortmund, and he has won another Golden Glove for them, and I think that he will make sure that Switzerland keep themselves in a lot of these games and hopefully give themselves a chance to proceed farther and farther into the groups. As for Tunisia, it is Elias Achori. I believe that's how you said it. He is Tunisia's best player. But look out for, I forgot his name, but he's a midfielder that plays for Frankfurt. He's a youngster. He doesn't play much. I think it's Chabibi. He is amazing. Look out for him. He will be definitely getting minutes off the bench, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if he's starting for a couple of games. And now, guys, heading over to Turkey, it is the youngster, one of my favorite youngsters, and a youngster that I would love to have at Chelsea or even see in the Premier League one day, and it's Arda Güler. He is phenomenal for Turkey, and I think that he will deliver once again for Turkey. For Uruguay, guys, there is no more Luis Suarez. There's no more Cavani. Now all the pressure rests on the shoulders of one man and one man only, and it is Federico Valverde. Federico Valverde, we know how great he is from Madrid, and I expect that to continue for Uruguay. Now we are at America, the US of A. Where will they finish is a question that a lot of Americans are having. Will they be competitive? Will they be any good? Will Pochettino finally do something with his team and bring back maybe some of that 1994 magic? Or will they just crash and burn like they usually do? Now, guys, the best American player has yet to change. It is Captain America. It is the LeBron James of soccer. It is Christian Pulisic. And for Uzbekistan, it's a small nation, but a nation with a young center back that is playing phenomenal when he gets the chances. And it is Manchester City's very own I can't say his first name. But Kusanov is Uzbekistan's best player. I wasn't even going to try with his first name. I was definitely going to butcher that. Guys, that's my list for the best player in each team in the World Cup. Now, guys, if you may disagree, comment down below which player would you replace it with and why. And please, guys, comment who do you think will win the World Cup. Now, guys, like, subscribe, and guys, more content of the World Cup will be on its way, and the giveaway is coming soon. So deuces, goodbye, peace.